Hello, everyone. Welcome to You Can Do It, how Turner Syndrome has helped me deal with life's challenges. My name's Kathleen Hoffheimer. Some people do call me Kat. And this is episode 9 of the video podcast, so thank you for joining me. The audio podcast will be back up soon, so just keep an eye out for that. I'll let you know when that is. But right now, let's focus on the video podcast. And today, I wanted to focus on something I did briefly mention in the audio podcast. And I want to go into a little more here as well. And that's something that I really want. One of the reasons I wanted to do this video podcast is to expand on things that I have talked about in the podcast. But anyway, today I want to talk about celebrating life and celebrating your victories, big and little. And one of the people that did inspire me to even do the audio podcast, and I brought her up on the video podcast too, is Amanda Klutz, who, if you don't know, she's on The Talk, and she's also now a contestant on Dancing with the Stars. And her story about her and her late husband Nick, and Nick's battle with COVID, very public, very horrible battle with COVID, and Amanda talking in her book about how she would go to the hospital and play music, and that kind of helped Nick, and she played music for the other patients, and she tried to keep a positive attitude to help Nick and help other patients recover from what they were going through. And the doctors looked at her like she was crazy. And especially when Nick was on his deathbed, or about to be on his deathbed, they looked at her like she was crazy. And the doctor that she was working with said, "What is she going to do? Mope around all day? Be sad all day?" And that's true. We can't just dwell on the bad times, because we are going to have bad times. But we also have good times, and we need to celebrate those good times. It makes me think of a quote from the movie version of Alexander and the Terrible, Horrible, No Good, Very Bad Day. If you've ever seen that movie version that was out like 5 years ago. Alexander, the premise of the movie was that he wished that his family, who was always lucky, would have one bad day in their life. And they did. And when he comes to realize, that he shouldn't have wished for that, one of the things he said was, you do have to have the bad days. Because the bad days are what make the good days good. Or I'm paraphrasing, something along those lines. But that's true. If you don't have the bad times, then you can't enjoy the good times. And we have to be able to take those bad times and learn from them, grow from them, overcome them, and make lemons out of lemonade. Make them into good times. Because we all have challenges. We all have things that we face throughout our lives. Some have more than others. And it's how we deal with it that makes us stronger. And it is also about celebrating our victories, celebrating the good times. That sale that we got, that new job that we got. If you or a friend are having a child, or a family member having a child, or you or a friend or family member got engaged, it's celebrating those victories. And even celebrating the small victories, even getting out of bed in the morning is something to celebrate. You celebrate every little thing that you can in life and enjoy it, because life is short. We're here for a brief amount of time, and we have to learn how to just roll with it and just enjoy life and let whatever happens, happens. And know that we can't control everything in our lives. But there are things we can, but a lot of things we can't. And we just have to let nature take its course and let things come as they come. And when we learn to do that, we will be able to enjoy the good times and be able to conquer the bad times. Thank you again for watching this video podcast. As I said, I will be back with the audio podcast very, very soon, and there will be a new video podcast in 2 weeks on October 30th. So please check that out, and don't forget to the links in my social down in the description below, and also don't forget to comment. Let me know what you want to hear and see in a video podcast or talk about in the video podcast. Please let me know. Thank you again, and I look forward to talking with you in a couple weeks. Bye.